Yes, welcome everybody to Playback, the show where two music producers take turns picking albums to discuss. And this week we are discussing the fantastic Funky Kingston by Toots and the Maytals, as chosen by Nate. But first, we got to introduce our great friend who is here with us, friend of the show, friend of the band, member of the band, more often than not.
Yep.
The great John Roy is here with us.
John Roy.
Dub clap.
Welcome to the show. Welcome, John.
That's right. Yes. John is a Southern California ska and reggae legend of renown of the band Unsteady, Smoke and Mirrors sound system, the founding, and he's the Trent Reznor of Smoke and Mirrors sound system, basically.
Yeah.
The band A100s, also founder and main man at Escape Hatch Records.
Escape Hatch Records, yes.
Yes. Welcome, John.
With the mighty Michael Buckmiller.
With the mighty Michael Buckmiller. Yes.
Who's over there doing graphics.
Exactly. All the amazing graphics work. Yep. I mean, friggin' every album that on the label is like
as you should.
Yeah, which is funny enough. Something that we may end up talking about later. That was something that Chris Blackwell was very, very big on. Was like he was almost more concerned with that every release, the physical, the jacket and the physical part of it needed to be amazing and beautiful and worth buying, worth the money. It needed to be cool on its own, and then the music needed to keep up with how awesome the physical component of it was. You know,
what a relief. So often albums don't do that. How often do you look at they say don't judge a book by its cover for a reason, and because a lot of times the contents might suck, but so.
I look at it from the fat guy perspective.
Okay.
And what perspective is that?
You look at a package and it says like fruit pie. Mm-hmm. Man, it better taste fucking amazing, right? or like you're like, oh look, Peeps, that looks interesting, and you're like, no, this was awful. This was awful. Candy corn looked great in the bag, but in reality,
Every year I fall for it again.
Yep.
Candy corn.
I love candy
look
corn.
at him. Look at his face.
Love
He likes candy corn.
I'm a real Halloween lover here. I like candy corn. I eat it.
Well, thank you for joining us again, John. Last time John was here, it was last year's Reggae Summer. We were talking about 96 Degrees in the Shade by Third World.
Yes.
So here we are.
Very different album to have John on for.
It's very
this one's a little happier and partier, I think.
Yes.
With Brian Wallace, we had kind of a through line. We had Bob Marley album and a Peter Tosh album. This one, not so much. We're just getting John again for something completely new.
Isn't that kind of where I'm into it? You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
Hey, that thing is fucked up. Hey, that thing's beautiful and wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Let's do that.
And in a weird way, these are
one is candy corn and
one is peanuts.
Wow!
In a weird way, these two albums, 96 Degrees in the Shade and Funky Kingston, despite being so different, I think they are kind of perfect albums to have you on to talk about because they really do kind of encompass the yin and yang of John Roy, in my opinion. It's you do tend to make very simple, happy, upbeat songs, but then you layer and compose them and overdub and augment them in such a way that is 96 Degrees in the Shade-esque, If you were to sweeten a Toots and the Maytals song to the nth degree, like 96 Degrees in the Shade, you might get a Smoke and the Mirrors tune or some kind of John Roy production, I think. So
possibly something similar. I think, there's just so much good Toots that I would never touch.
It's true, and that's one of the cool things about this album is the ways in which they did not molest it. They let it be good.
So Nate, you chose this album.
Yes.
So I will ask you the questions.
Mm-hmm.
what is Funky Kingston and why did you pick it?
Yeah, so Funky Kingston is 1973 Toots and the Maytals album. So they'd already put out like what was it, like Monkey Man, I think. They'd already put out like a couple albums before this that are like amazing too. Like some of my favorite might even be some of my favorite Toots there is like this, the stuff that has like Monkey Man on it and like the original Pressure Drop and all that really, really good stuff. And I would compare this album as like Toots and the Maytals. Have you heard the James Brown album called Payback? Or it's like the Big Payback, or
Big Payback. That's
Big Payback.
That's what I was going to say.
It's like that for Toots, and which is, I think, an apt comparison because Toots Hibbert and the Maytals, they were such huge soul fans, James Brown fans. It's kind of like, to me, I bring up that album because it's like you listen to James Brown's like discography. It's like he'd been around forever, and he just put out like single after single after single, and it was all very raw and very rough. And then all of a sudden, the early 70s came around, and he put out like a production, and it was really polished, and it really had like it sounded like kind of James Brown 2.0, and that's kind of what this sounds like to me too. Like it sounds very, very different sonically from the earlier Toots stuff from just a few years prior. It's really, really well done. It's really polished. It's really clean, the way it's mixed and recorded. And it is kind of the next level of Toots, the next generation of Toots. And on top of that, it has kind of some of their very best material is on here. Some of the only songs I think you could say in their discography like stand up to like a 54-46 or something like that is on this album. So that, and like for me, like growing up, this album was just like, this was such an instrumental collection of music for me, learning how to play reggae, discovering the kinds of reggae that I like to listen to. And because growing up, I was kind of more of like a soul fan, or at least my love of soul definitely coincided with my earlier like kind of reggae education. So to find someone like Toots Hibbert and Toots and the Maytals, and especially Funky Kingston, where it's like, I feel like their approach was like they were like a soul band first and foremost, who are just from Jamaica, right? And are, it's like, obviously they're a reggae band, obviously they're playing reggae music, but it's like they're doing something with soul that I think that no other bands were really doing.
I really put it into the kind of the jukebox perspective. Like, okay, when they made this record, were they listening to 1971 and 1972?
Sure.
Reggae and Rocksteady? They were definitely listening to 1971 and 1972 James Brown. And to call it Funky Kingston is like, well, again, we just talked about like, what does the box say is inside the box? Mm-hmm. Like, oh yeah. This is like, it says pumpkin pie. This is pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's going to taste fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it was what was it? Funky Kingston, the song is like a response song to a song called Funky Nassau, I think.
Which was that Booker and T, right?
I don't know who it was. I think it was another reggae band, and Chris Blackwell. I think it was Chris Blackwell's idea was like, you should write a song called Funky Kingston.
Make a beef.
Yeah. Do a response song or something to that effect.
I was introduced to the song Funky Kingston, like so many of my generation, through the masterpiece called Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Much like we had already been introduced to the majesty of Scientist and what real dub sounds like by the soundtrack of Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. 2 games later, which back in those days, you know, you may not know it now, but there used to be a new Grand Theft Auto game every year.
Every other
for
year,
a while
yeah,
there.
at least.
Not once every 15 years.
Yeah.
But only 2 games later, which meant 2 years later, they did another reggae radio station in that
Was
game.
it a reggae station, or it was like more of a funky station? It was like funk. It's like James. I seem to remember James Brown being on that station too. Like it was. I don't remember exactly, but or was it a reggae station?
It was a reggae station.
You guys should do an interview with like the music editor.
I know.
From that, right?
We should.
Because they're probably unemployed by now.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they're AI's doing the job for it now.
Yeah. So. Well, they're done. The game's already finished. They the rest of that.
They got Sly and Robbie to be the radio DJs for that radio station. You know, so they're doing all the interstitial stuff, like introducing every song. I mean,
wow. I guess I don't remember that station.
It's all reggae. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Max Romeo.
Was it Chase the Devil on there or something?
Chase the Devil is on it.
Yeah, you're right.
There's all kinds of good stuff.
You're right.
And Funky Kingston is on there. Just, you know, the piano intro and everything. It's just like, it's just got its
in 6 months.
energy.
In 6 months, we're going to do a playback episode that is just reviewing the Grand Theft Auto 6 reggae radio station.
Yeah.
They better have one.
We should do a video ranking the Grand Theft Auto reggae radio stations. That's what we should do.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, so far it's between San Andreas and GTA 3, which is just all scientist rids the world of evil, curse of the vampires.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, big for us was in 2006 when Radio Dread came out, right? When Easy Star All Stars released Radio Dread, which if you've never heard this, you need to hear it. It is probably the pinnacle of our little niche
canon.
in reggae, which is
canon.
It is canon.
Yes.
You know, the three of us sitting here, you know, like our bread and butter is making reggae versions of non-reggae songs
and Radiohead songs.
Yeah, so it's a reggae version of OK Computer from 2006, and it's effing genius. It is one of my favorit reggae albums ever made.
That deserves to come on, do it.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's genius.
Which tune did they do? Because I remember I see where you're going with this.
So
Which
Toots
tune was it that does?
Sings,
oh yeah, Toots is on it.
Let down.
That's right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let down and hanging around.
Yeah, and which I'm pretty sure is his highest played song on Spotify.
That's crazy.
I believe.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah.
Like even more than 5446 and Monkey Man and Pressure Drop. And I may be wrong about that, but I think that's, or is it, it's either his most played track or it's like of all of Easy Star All Stars tracks, it's like
Their
number
best
one and number 2 has like 1/10 of the amount of plays.
Wow. Wouldn't surprise me. That's it's a banger track.
It's
and kind of like
ska tune.
At this point, I'm almost ready to call it that Radio Dread is the superior
It's the best.
to Dubside. I think it's better. I think enough time has passed that I think Radio Dread is better.
I agree. And you want a real hot take that I actually believe is I think that Radio Dread is better than OK Computer.
Whoa!
That's what I think.
Well, sometimes the remake definitely does. A remake can elevate.
Yeah.
They can elevate. I felt like it definitely did elevate it, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
I could listen to Horace Andy singing Airbag
Exactly.
all day.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember replaying it on CD. Yes, kids, there were these things called CDs back in the day. But I just remember like, I got to hear fucking Airbag again and again and again. Because it was so good.
It has fucking Israel Vibration singing what's it called? Hey Man Slow Down. That song.
Yes.
Idiot Slow Down.
Subterranean Homesick Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Meditations singing No Surprises. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's kind of their blank check album in a lot of ways.
Whew.
Yes.
Like
so there was that, and then there's also You know, anyone who was around in California in the 90s, we were all introduced to 5446
Yes.
through Sublime.
Sublime. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I
That
missed
is how
the,
that
the,
is
the,
that
the
is
original-
literally that was literally my in to
That's-
Maytals was
that's how we got into Toots.
54-46.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also, too-
sometimes let's just go on this tangent analogy.
Okay.
You remember? I'm awful right now, but you remember? Oh gosh, Tim Robbins. What's the jail? What's the getting out of
Oh,
prison?
Shawshank
Shawshank.
Redemption.
So-
Okay.
Sometimes you actually have to crawl through that tunnel. Yeah,
Of the poop.
there.
Oh my God.
I will
Hot.
stop. I will
hot
stop. Continue.
take.
So funny.
Right.
I always love talking to you guys who actually like were already there and in the scene when,
Yeah.
when Sublime was having. You guys have
Who
such
was playing? I was playing
such a unique
5440.
perspective, shall we
Yes.
say?
I was playing 5446 at Fender Ballroom, opening for the Untouchables in 1987.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Like we were
Yeah.
doing a cover of 5446, and everybody in the audience already knew it.
right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I agree with you though, Brandon. It is interesting talking to anyone who's like contemporaries of them.
Right.
Who's just
People
like,
who
"Get
were
off
already
my lawn."
into the shit before Sublime even started.
Yeah.
get off my
Even
lawn. with
got
this
together.
cover.
yeah. Talk about
Yeah.
canonical. For people our age, Sublime is kind of like we're not allowed to say anything bad. So
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
so-
us, it's like, yeah, it's sacred. But
it is sacred.
um,
Not
What-
that I have a lot of bad things to
That's
say.
kind of like, what did your uncle do to you when no one was around? You know, man.
Yeah.
so I think it's also important to note that I believe that all of us, for the purposes of this discussion, we're actually going to be talking about the 1975 re-release of
Right.
Funky Kingston,
Right.
right? I mean, we're all talking about the version where track 1 is Time Tough. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
because the other one is the earlier one is basically a compilation.
no, it's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Oh,
The
okay.
one that we know
75 is the comp.
is
Yeah.
basically a compilation.
Gotcha.
So the 75 one, it's the one where the cover is like a painting, you know,
Yeah.
of Toots given the
That's-
Rodin's
that's
the
what I have.
Thinker,
Yep.
the Jamaican version of the Thinker there. So this is the famous version, and it's actually compiled from 3 sources.
Right.
So the first source is the original 1973 album Funky Kingston.
And the 75 version is better.
Yes. The 73 version is still badass. It's
Yes.
amazing. And people who've never heard it should go listen
Yeah.
to it. And there's only 3 songs from the original Funky Kingston that are on this version. That's Pomps and Pride, Louie Louie, and Funky Kingston.
Incredible.
And then there's 6 songs on here that come from In the Dark, which is their album that they recorded after that. And it's 74, I think. So Time Tough comes from there, In the Dark, Love's Gonna Let Me Down, Got to Be There, Country Road, and Sailin' On are all from In the Dark. And then also Pressure Drop is on there, which is an old single.
It's like
This is
from
like
the
years old.
Late 60s, yeah.
Yes.
They did the pressure drop version, yeah.
Yes.
Which is crazy. Yeah. But yeah, it's very very weird and unique. You know, what's funny is I've never actually listened to In the Dark all the way because I've never really had an interest to because it's like it's kind of all the gang's all
It's
here.
mostly
we got
Funky
the hits on
Kingston.
this one.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean,
Imagine
this
if
is,
you'd bought a fruit basket in 1973 and then you went back in 1975 to buy a fruit basket and you're like, wait a minute.
These are the
This is
same
great.
bananas.
This is great though. And that wasn't quiet as, you know, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is the version that broke through.
Yeah.
It's the famous one for a reason.
Mhm.
You know, it's not only the marketing and everything else. It's the sound that could reach the world. You know,
Yeah.
And you know, we brought up Chris Blackwell already, but we're going to be talking about him more. Not only today, we're probably still going to bring him up several times.
Every episode we talk about this guy.
Every episode we bring him up.
I think we were talking to John about it before we started recording, but I think we should actually have maybe we use this episode to have a dedicated little Chris Blackwell block of time to actually talk about this guy.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
Time.
BDS, Blackwell Derangement Syndrome.
Beat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was another one of his artists before Bob Marley blew up and, became the monolith of reggae that he's known as today. Before that, he worked with Jimmy Cliff and Toots. And
almost everything we said about Jimmy Cliff in reference to his pre-Bob Marley fame and his big breakthrough compilation album and his relation to Chris Blackwell. I mean, you could almost
just copy and paste
it all over for Toots.
Same,
it's like the same thing. And Toots was arguably, again, we'll go back to like this season being like who. We keep going back to this idea of like, who is reggae's actual number 2 under Bob Marley? Is it Peter Tosh? I think we made a good case. Jimmy Cliff, I think, is the strongest case. But Toots, I think
this is the third major option.
Third major option, and I think it really just depends on the day for me, whether it's Toots or Jimmy Cliff, even though the obvious one is Peter Tosh. But
what do you think? Any strong thoughts on that, John? On the topic of
if it's not Bob Marley,
who's number 2?
Who is the guy in reggae?
If you're looking, I just think in terms of longevity.
Mm-hmm. Toots has got that
exactly. And
that's a good point.
And he just he kept it going, and it was the same strength. Like I got to see him in the 80s, and I got to see him in the 90s. I got to see him in the 2000s. And each time was like, damn, holy crap, he's still kicking its ass.
Yeah, yeah.
And
he was still doing it the way
he does it.
He does it. Yeah, it still sounded like 1968, or 1972 when you would go see a Toots show. Like I watched this little BBC documentary about Toots today, and it was like, he even had the same group of musicians for a really long time. Same band for like 40 years. It was like the same group of dudes you could go see. And it was Toots and the Maytals. I don't know that it was the singers, like who you think in your brain are the Maytals. I don't think it was those guys.
Right.
I doubt it. But the rhythm section and the band, it was like the same group of dudes. Crazy.
And we will talk about them.
Yeah.
Yes, because they are an important
huge part of this record.
Thing. Yeah, because how unusual is that?
Really
like
crazy.
The Jamaican recording industry, like we talk about so much on this show at that time, is very, very much like the American recording industry in the 50s and the 60s. It was singer based. When the name on the album gives you almost no information about about who are the musicians playing on the album, and it's giving you definitely no information on who are going to be the backing musicians when you go see that artist perform live.
Zero.
Like literally zero info.
Yeah.
Unlike from the 70s on, when everything came down to what we understand as bands now, which has a fixed lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But Toots and the Maytals are like an outlier in that, right? Like from 1970, it was basically the exact same lineup of musicians tied to this artist, and it stayed with him practically until he died, and in some cases until he died. He still had Paul Douglas and Jackie Jackson playing drums and bass for him when he passed away in 2020.
That's fucking crazy.
And both of those guys are still alive and still playing.
Wow. Yeah.
So, real quick, I discovered it was something that I had never even encountered at all before researching for this, that apparently it's, everybody in California calls him Toots.
Yeah.
That's the way we say it.
Oh,
but apparently it's
did you hear
Toots.
People call him Toots? Yeah.
It's Toots.
Yeah.
Why?
Rhyming with foot and not boots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
hey, Toots. Hey, Toots.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like what you call that lady over there.
I was watching a BBC documentary, and I was shocked that all the talking heads they brought on to talk about Toots Hibbert. It was like Eric Clapton, Keith Richards, Bonnie Raitt, and like all these like white people who write for Rolling Stone. All these people who are just absolutely have no idea or no business like talking about this, in my opinion. But they all called him Toots. And I kept being like, is it a British thing? Like, what is going on here?
I don't know what documentary you were watching, but in that same documentary, then they brought on Chris Blackwell and Jackie Jackson and Hux Brown and Paul Douglas and like all of the members of his band and his inner circle, and they all call him Toots too.
That's wild. See, that I almost like his band calling him that, I almost chalked up to like an accent thing, like maybe mishearing it or something. But like when Bonnie Raitt calls him Toots, I'm like, that also to me in my brain was an accent thing. I'm like, is this a Southern thing? Like,
but she was fresh off of collaborating with him.
Yeah. Weird.
So. Anyway, we can keep calling him Toots. We can keep our California thing rolling. I feel like I never knew that.
I didn't know that either, but
yeah,
I feel like we should. Yeah, gross. But
anyway,
yeah. So
the man himself,
Toots.
I mean, try and explain that to someone who has no idea already who he was at all.
Yeah, no, it's
From
true.
the top.
No, it's true.
Like go look him up. It's Toots. What?
Yeah.
You'll never find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so Toots and the Maytals. So, gosh, when did they first get together? It was like 62 or something. Like they were like borderline pre-ska. Like there's stuff I've seen of Toots playing where it's like it's almost more of like a skiffle thing or like a R&B thing. Like it's like it's anticipating ska, but it's like it's not even in that style yet. Like that is like how OG like this band is. Like they were right there at the very, very beginning of this whole thing.
Yeah. I always find that like the more that you really look under the hood and really study like the biographies and the sequence of events in art in general, and I'm talking about in any medium, whether that be you're looking at like actors or directors or writers or musicians or whatever. Very rarely does any figure actually just kind of come out of the blue. And just sort of appear as a new person on the scene at the moment when they got popular, when they got famous. They're on almost every case is somebody who has been around and who has been in the mix for a while.
Yep.
Before they pop,
Yeah, and they had their toe dipped in the prior era,
exactly.
They were in there trying to make it work, and in the era that they wind up replacing. Like, I can't remember what episode we talked about this about. Like, it was like a grunge episode we did or something where there's so many of those grunge bands kind of did stuff like that. Like, they were in like the punk scene or they were trying to make it as like a metal act or whatever. And then all of a sudden this wave breaks and it's like grunge is here now. And that's what we do. And we are the best at it or whatever, It
was probably Pearl Jam. I mean, I think
probably Pearl Jam. Yeah.
I think that's the only grunge band that we've done so far. But yeah, like when ska hits in 62, it's not just a bunch of brand new figures. No, it's all the established singers who had been around before ska was a thing.
It's jazz musicians,
Yeah.
like,
and singers, right? So the Scatolites and the backing band and everything was all jazz musicians and people who again had been already established themselves as the top session players since before ska was even a thing. Then Rocksteady comes around. Who are all the most prominent Rocksteady singers? Well, they were all ska singers too.
Right.
Reggae comes around. Even going deep into like, into like roots stuff. I mean, who are the majority of the most prominent like roots reggae singers from like the late 70s, early 80s? Like a lot of their careers go all the way back to ska.
Yeah.
All the way back to Rocksteady, So, yeah.
How many were playing in like the hotel band?
Yeah.
Exactly.
on the resort. I mean, that's the thing is like
Yeah.
the hotels for the tourists. That's what made the most money,
Mm-hmm.
and you get your money and you build your chops like
Yeah.
any gig where you could do it over and over again.
Yeah.
Right. That's how you get yourself to be in a position where you're gonna be one of the singers to get hired by the studio, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Toots had another aspect about himself that we've kind of brought up in this this season of Reggae Summer too that I love, which is that although when you were to go see Toots and the Maytals perform, especially I think back then, he oftentimes would just be the singer. I think later he kind of started like actually playing guitar more, especially when they would do like more like stripped down like acoustic-y type of stuff. He would start playing guitar more. But what I'm getting at is that he would write. He writes this shit, and he brings that aspect of his voice, musicianship, personality into the music of Toots and the Maytals, which is that he sits down and composes it, rather than it's like John, we were talking about, we were drawing the contrast between probably Peter Tosh, I think we were talking about how, or maybe it was the Jimmy Cliff episode, I don't remember, but it's like, you know, you take somebody like a Gregory Isaacs and it's like, they're basically like riffing over like a dope rhythm.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you come up with two different chord shapes and you go back and forth, and then you have someone who's amazing like Gregory Isaacs just make up a melody and sing over it. And that's how you write the song, right? Whereas the feeling of that, while being super cool and unique and like, I don't think I would want to change that aspect at all. But that compared to, you know, someone like a Jimmy Cliff or a Toots Hibbert, where they actually sit down and like write a song, it just has like a totally different musical feel to it than you know, something that is kind of more band based or whatever.
More like a songwriter.
Yeah. It has like a folky kind of songwriter feel to it, which is really cool. But
And I feel like everything that Toots put together, it really, the live show and the recordings gave me the same feeling like I can taste the gospel church.
Yeah. And that
it's his childhood right there.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was his parent. What was it? Was it his dad or both his parents were preachers? I know his dad definitely was. His dad was like I forget what church, but it was some kind of. His dad was like literally like a gospel preacher, pastor type guy. And yeah, you hear that in the music. It's like weirdly another reason I wanted to pick this one this season was I wanted to highlight some more kind of secular reggae albums, but it's like
just meaning non-Rasta,
non-Rasta. But ironically, picking this one, it's like super gospel-y. Like it is like super gospel influenced,
coming from a Christian musical tradition, right?
Yeah.
And so, Toots is similar to Jimmy Cliff in that he's coming from being a gospel style church singer since the time that he was a kid.
Yeah.
As opposed to a lot of other reggae stars, like for example, the Wailers, who, and so many others who were people who decided to become recording artists and then learned to sing like as teenagers, right? Like took lessons from Joe Higgs and stuff, you know?
Versus Toots, it's like, it's not necessarily innate, but it's from an early age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And so
like
there's
folks in my band, for instance, that like grew up singing in church gospel stuff. It's just like, well, it's already there. You already have all of the pieces of the puzzle that you need to do stuff. You know, you have all the ingredients, and you've already been baking since you were a little kid.
Yeah. And the chops.
Talking about Rob and Sade.
Chops.
Rob and Sade and Smoke and Mirrors sound system. Yeah, exactly. They just have this advantage, you know, when people begin that young, and you can see it when you look at Toots and the difference between him and his contemporaries. And, you know, even people like Rob and Sade, and compare them with other singers in the scene who are the same age as them.
Yeah.
They have that time advantage.
Right.
And that experience advantage. So it's like having the amount of chops and notches in the belt and been around the blockness that you would assume would be in like a 70-year-old person, but it's actually in someone who's like 35.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
You know?
I have to imagine there must be like that like devotional aspect to it as well, which is like you're literally like performing music that, you know, I would assume for most people is like, you know, very important to you in like a religious way.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like,
Yeah.
so it's like you have this devotion to it that is like an extra step beyond just like, I really like, you know, Def Leppard.
Well,
you know,
there's definitely a difference when you learn in that church singing tradition.
yeah.
It is fundamentally different than learning it like in you know, learning to play music in the tradition, in the secular tradition, like how I did, which is that everything is based around the performance.
Right.
And you go up on a stage and you perform a song, and when the song is over, people either clap or they don't. But when they clap, they're clapping for you and what you just did. And that's what you're being evaluated on, right?
Right.
But when you sing in church, when the song is over and everyone claps, they're clapping for God.
Right. Yes.
And they're clapping together. They're not clapping for you.
Yes.
You know, like your song that you just sang was something to assist the clapping.
Yeah.
It's not to get to the clapping.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
So, there's a thing in there where the singing that happens in that environment, like you can't fake it.
Right.
It has to be from the soul.
Mhm.
And that's the only metric. That's the only way that somebody would say, like, can we take the microphone back? Like, we need to give this to somebody else. Like, you need to stop singing. Holy crap. Is because it's just because you're not like really singing from the bottom of your feet. You're not really giving it your all. You're not really singing from an authentic place, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really the only no-no.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, you don't even need to be good at singing.
You need to
just
believe.
You just need to believe.
You need to be a believer. Yeah.
You just need to believe in what you're singing.
Right.
And
right.
so Toots has that. Jimmy Cliff has that.
And like, what an amazing aspect of musician, like to bring to your musicianship. Like that is such an insane thing to be able to port over, right? To port over that
it's even
religiosity.
more intense. It's even more intense because that's the starting point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's square one. And then now let's go figure out this rock and roll thing, this, you know, playing for crowds thing. After that fact.
Yeah.
That's, oh man.
But every track on the album has that kind of devotional
it
power
does.
to it.
Literally every single song. Yeah. It comes from a gospel-y type of like preacher kind of place for the most part. Yeah. Or performance.
Toots put it out there with like an authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you like me. No, not I hope you like me. You're gonna love this.
Yeah, you're gonna believe me.
This is what I'm doing. You're gonna get with this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not accomplished with by elevating the complexity of the lyrics and making them more elevated and more sophisticated in their
just energy.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All he's got to say is time tough.
Yeah.
Time tough.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yep.
So hard. And it's just the way, the impression that comes over you when you hear him say the phrase so hard. It's like, you just get it.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
He's telling the truth. He actually believes in what he's singing. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't be singing it if he didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They don't just throw around, you know, Jimmy Cliff didn't just throw around things.
This is why I think this is another aspect of why I think so many times in this show we've brought up our belief or our feeling that like gospel musicians are the best musicians alive and in the world.
Yeah. We've said this numerous times on the show already.
But to me, like the way you just put it, Brandon, kind of recontextualized that for me a little bit. Cause like normally the way I think about that and why I would like make that assumption about gospel musicians would be because, they just have so much time to get good. They start young and they spend so much time on it, and they have all these performances and they play every week and they play together so much, and it's like they can play with all the older musicians. It's more like an experience thing where it's like, oh, they just like are basically going to music school way before anybody else can, or
Yes.
like, you know, and which is all true.
Yeah,
But
before
then
you're old enough to go to school.
yeah.
Yes.
But then on top of that, you have the added layer of the actual religiosity of it and how you translate that through your playing, where it's like the way you play this guitar or you sing this song or you play this bass line is like a literal testament to your God.
It's both.
Yeah.
That's why they're so
wild.
good, is because it's both of those things at the same time are true.
Yeah.
And I remember when my career as a audio engineer, eventually took me into lots and lots of sessions with gospel musicians. I never even thought about it, but I understood, like, for the first time in my life, like I already knew as a teenager, like, okay, the most surface level reason to play music is to get girls.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's shallow.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I looked at like other artists that I really respected and just really blew me away. And I was like, oh, okay. So the most sublime and most elevated, like, reason to be playing music is for artistic expression. And that's really the peak, right?
Yeah.
And so that was it for me for many years, until then I got around the gospel musicians and I realized, oh my God, no, there's actually another layer above that is even more pure, which is what they're doing, which is playing as an expression of thanks and gratitude, and worship to God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like even deeper into the soul than that. And okay, well,
so
I just gotta hang up my guitar then. Oh my God.
So I'm referencing the King James version of Wikipedia, as Brandon likes to call it. And yes, it says his parents were both strict Seventh-day Adventist preachers.
Ooh,
So and he grew up singing gospel music in a church choir. His parents both died really young, and he was also the youngest of 14 children.
Woo.
So he was the baby of 14 children, which is fucking insane to me. I don't know anything about Seventh-day Adventists. Are they gnarly or something? Are they like Baptist type of people, or like what is? I don't really know what that means. They make it sound scary on Wikipedia.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, John, but I think, okay, I'm going to expose my ignorance. I think they're like adjacent to Jehovah's Witness, sort of.
Yeah.
It's something related to the end times, and they have some kind of specific belief
to prepare
something.
yourself for the rapture or the end times.
They're annihilationists. Annihilationism, the belief that after the last judgment, all damned humans and fallen angels, okay, so not everybody, but the damned. So all damned humans and fallen angels, including Satan, will be totally destroyed and their consciousness extinguished. So it's like a
oh, so that is what it means then. Okay.
Yeah, but not everyone. All of evil sounds like it gets annihilated.
The true faithful will adhere.
Yeah.
And those that aren't will be expunged.
This is a hilarious start to my planned non-secular episode.
Wow.
Good job picking the non-secular music.
Wow.
Man. Yeah.
I don't think it really exists.
It reminds me of the lyrics to Gnashing of Teeth by Mighty Diamonds, which we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Man, we hit the tangent and took it down the fork in the road.
Never turn left at the fork.
Yes.
But okay, so back to Toots and his. So
I think this is all very important context for why Toots is the way he is and sings the way he sings. Like,
So by the time Funky Kingston comes out, he's already a big star. He's already a big thing in Jamaica. Like,
served prison time.
Oh shit. That's right. Yeah. The song 5446.
Yep.
Yeah. He was able to keep this career going and stay on top, even though he spent an entire year of that in the middle of his building his career in prison.
Yep. For weed.
So so the story goes, he got arrested and put in jail for a year for smoking or for having weed, smoking weed, I don't know, which he says he did not do before he went to jail. But then after he got out of jail, then he started smoking weed.
Hilarious. If you're going to get me anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, his first big song was Bam Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Listeners out there, did you know that Shaka Demus and Pliers Bam Bam is a cover? Did you know that? That's a Toots song. It's
wow.
It's legit.
That's interesting.
Yep. Yeah. And then so he won like the national songwriting contest of Jamaica 3 years in a row, right? First one was Bam Bam. Second one was, I think, 54, 46.
What years was that?
66, 67, 68, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
66 was Bam Bam.
Joe Higgs got World Upside Down, I think, in 70.
Yeah.
Right. So Toots stopped submitting songs to it because he was like,
I keep winning these things. I got to give it to somebody.
Exactly. Let somebody else have a moment in the song.
He had mercy.
Wait, hold on. We're wrong. Okay, so 66 he won with Bam Bam. Then he went to jail.
Oh.
Then 69 he comes back, won with Sweet and Dandy. And in 72 he won with Pomp and Pride. That's what this says.
Oh, it was spread out. Okay.
It was a little more spread out.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
But he did win in Bam Bam. He did win for Bam Bam, and then went to jail. And then he got out of jail and he won it again. So, like, right away.
Upside Down in 70 by Joe Higgs.
Yeah.
Joe Higgs, who was...
That's good company to keep.
Yeah. I love this about Jamaica, that they would do like almost like a, what is it, like Eurovision, like song contest or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. Or they would have cattle calls for like, whose Island Record's going to sign this month? Like, let's have a cattle call of like, you know, like a pessimistic view of it could see some of that stuff, like the cattle call type stuff is like very predatory, because it was. But some stuff like this, like a national song contest, like how awesome is that? Like, why don't we do that?
Right.
We have bullshit American Idol, which sucks. It's not nearly as cool as this.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm gonna say I would watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. National song contest, like you write a song and go play it. Yeah,
but the Jamaican one.
The Jamaican, that's
it's just the Jamaican one. I would watch the American one if it was ghetto only. You know, only people from the ghetto are allowed to enter, because like there's something. There was something that Toots
that's a
said.
very, you know what? That's an insane twisted Wonka remake. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
American Ghetto Idol.
American Ghetto.
I got a golden ticket.
American ghettos have talent.
Buy me a hit song, Daddy. I want a hit song.
That's the Taylor Swift version of that show. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. But Toots said something kind of thought provoking in that documentary. He was like, yeah, like all my songs from that time, they're all like songs from and about the ghetto and everything,
about how hard shit is,
and Trenchtown and everything. He's like, but back then, like in Trenchtown and Kingston, like the ghetto was like a happy place.
Yeah,
like it's not like how it is now. You know, like that was before that was before the two major parties in the two-party system in Jamaica started handing guns to all of the neighborhood gangs and getting them to start killing each other and killing people who won't vote for their party.
Right.
And all this shit, you know, before the cocaine came in and all this stuff, you know. So
and it's reflected in the music. I mean, it's like Toots is probably the most purely, especially up to this point, they have probably the most purely jubilant discography of music that there is. It is so happy, even when they're singing about sad shit. Like, what do we always say? Sad lyrics, happy music makes for a great record.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. But it is like it's such a party, like every single one of their songs, like across all their records up to this point.
So are we at the pile on Chris Blackwell portion of the program here?
Yeah, we could.
production. So, as we mentioned, this is the first of Toots' records produced by Chris Blackwell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Talked about him several
Darth
times.
Vader.
Yeah, Nate said, John, I think Nate said in like the Jimmy Cliff episode that we're going to be talking about him so much, and you will see that Chris Blackwell is the Darth Vader of this story, of this podcast,
of this season. Yeah, for sure. He's in we've mentioned him in, I think, every episode. He's
now,
had
is he more Emperor or Vader though?
He's probably more Palpatine. Yeah, he's kind of more Palpatine actually.
So it's an interesting story. So I don't know
would that make hold on, would that make Bob Marley the Darth Vader of the season then?
Wow. That would almost make him Luke, really.
Yeah, okay. That's a mean aspersion to cast on Bob Marley. But I mean, Bob Marley being Chris Blackwell's strongest soldier, I would think.
So then who's Luke? So okay, we have to recast.
I think we're trying to find Luke. We're trying to find Luke this season.
Jamaican music figures.
We're trying to find Luke this season.
If Bob was Luke, who was Vader?
If Bob is
exactly.
If Bob is dad, Bob is the father. Who is the son of the peak of reggae? I don't know.
I mean, literally Ziggy, right?
Well, okay, yeah, literally Ziggy.
This analogy's failed, man.
This analogy's off the rails.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. This one doesn't fit.
It doesn't.
It's okay. It'll come to us.
Bob Marley's not Darth Vader.
So speak of Sauron. There you are.
Yeah. Maybe Lord of the Rings will fit better.
Yeah.
But so I don't know how much do you guys know about Chris Blackwell's like his life history and his background as a person?
Not a lot.
I looked into it. It's really interesting.
He's very wealthy, I would take it.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
So I always thought, wrongly, that he was a dude born and raised in England and then came to Jamaica in his 20s, like as one of these guys who comes over in the 60s. I imagine wearing no shirt and no shoes and just some shorts, arriving in Jamaica and looking around a young, enterprising man and thinking, how can I make a lot of money here? That was kind of always my image of him.
Like a plundering colonial type.
But it's not exactly like how I was picturing it.
Okay.
And in some ways it's, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. Listener, you make up your own mind. Let me just present to you the facts.
Okay.
So Chris Blackwell comes from a very wealthy and influential white family in Jamaica. So his family had been in Jamaica for like over 100 years, like over like 150 years before he was born. Basically.
I have to say that already makes him sound worse than I thought.
You make up your own mind. Hey, do your own research. You can use my research.
I'm using your research.
Make up your own mind.
Yeah.
So check this out. So his grandfather was a member of the Lindo family, who were white Jamaican merchants and like owners of huge agriculture companies, and they were industrialists, right? Like grandfather's brother, and his that guy's son, and all of his sons, and everything, right? So
sugar and rum.
Exactly. His grandfather, among many other things, owned Appleton Estate rum.
Whoa.
That's
a great
Appleton Estate.
And we were just talking last year about 96 degrees in the shade and everything associated with that.
That's right. So what white Jamaicans, like much of the Caribbean, in the 1700s, 1800s, and everything. Right? Yeah. These were all. The whole Caribbean was just a bunch of islands that some had native people living on them. Some were nobody lived on them. I don't know, but they all had native people living on them. Europeans came in, kicked them out, or enslaved them. And then imported slaves from Africa to populate their new plantations that they set up, and all the governors and all of the freaking owners of all the land were white people who 1 or two. As time went on, it became a few generations ago they were from Europe, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of those families. And so by the time it gets to Chris Blackwell's mother, they don't even like have jobs anymore. They're just heirs and heiresses.
Right.
Like they're just people
they're
who have
lords, like literal lords.
Yeah,
of the land.
they're just people who have a huge fortune, right?
Yeah.
And these like companies that either run themselves or that they have since sold off and they just own self-sustaining money. So his mom was like friends with like Errol Flynn.
Oh.
And she was Ian Fleming's mistress.
Whoa.
And she was Ian Fleming's like lover for his entire life.
Wow.
And Chris Blackwell's mom was probably the inspiration for Pussy Galore. I'm being serious. I'm being for real.
Wait, this is why Dr. No takes place in Jamaica.
So, dude, it gets better. It gets.
I always thought
better.
that was so interesting. I was like, why does the first James
Chris
Bond movie
Blackwell
take place in Jamaica?
Chris
That's
Blackwell
so
is
fun.
in Dr. No. There's a shot of like somebody diving into the water, and that is Chris Blackwell.
What?
Because there was a time in Chris Blackwell's young life where he was torn between, do I pursue a life in the music business or in the film business? And he had to choose because he had gotten a job working like as a production assistant and like, you know, being on camera in Dr. No, and like was given a job in this film industry because his mom was banging Ian Fleming.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So,
wow.
His dad was from England, but was also from this huge wealthy business family. And instead of going to college or university, I guess, Chris Blackwell worked like as a, 18, 19 years old. He worked as the assistant for the governor of Jamaica and lived in like, the
mansion,
the White House
the
of Jamaica,
governor's
basically.
mansion. Yeah.
In the governor's mansion. Exactly.
Damn.
And round about the time when he's like about 21 years old, he's like riding around in his boat. He lived in Jamaica like his entire life, by the way. He's riding around in his boat. His boat crashes. He has to swim to shore. He's all messed up. He's all injured, barely makes it to shore. And he's found by these rural Rastas who just like live out in the countryside, who take him in, nurse him back to health, feeding him like Ital food and like, teaching him about like Rasta spirituality and stuff.
Wow.
And that's like the origin of his connection with like, with Rasta culture. His connection to Rastafari is even before reggae.
Wow.
Right?
Because this would have been in like the 50s or something?
This would have been in the late 50s. So this is before ska.
Wow.
Chris Blackwell
58, yeah.
Exactly. Chris Blackwell already has a personal connection and like understanding of Rastafari. So then
that's his neighbors, literally. Like your next door neighbor. Like, yeah.
Exactly. And these are people that he could have been living this privileged life and never really having any meaningful connection with, but he did.
Right.
And he always had like this
seem
passion.
Nicer now. You're making him seem nice.
Hey, you make up your own mind.
No, yeah, wait.
You make up your own mind. I'm just presenting to you the facts. That's all I'm doing.
We're gonna have the other side. Yeah. We can all make the other side. But I am very curious to hear the story first.
Yeah, there's more. There's more.
So there's more.
Around this time, also late 50s, we're still years before ska even happens. He gets, because remember, he didn't go to university. He had this passion to like be a businessman and be an entrepreneur. He wanted to wheel his own deals, make something happen with his life. And so around that time, he takes a grant of money from his parents.
As one does.
Which is the equivalent of, in 2026 dollars, it's more than $100,000 that his parents just give him.
Wow.
Pocket change. Just pocket change.
Just pocket change. Right. It's just the amount of money that you give your son to just do
Yes.
I mean, assuming
whatever project he wants to do.
Assuming this family is like equivalent of like billionaires. I mean,
Yes.
it is
Yeah.
literal
Yes.
like chump
Yes.
change to them,
Yeah.
those people.
Yes. So he takes this $100,000 and he starts Island Records with Leslie Kong and some others also investing, right? And during this time also, his mom is giving him a yearly allowance of the equivalent of $50,000
Wow.
every year.
It's a hard life.
Just
It's
a tough life.
Also, imagine how much money that is. I'm sure he's getting English pounds, and imagine how much money that is in Jamaica in the
Jamaica.
60s.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you are literally walking around like a fucking king.
Yes. So he, starts producing singles, producing music again, starting way before ska was even a thing, right? So, and this was also new to me. I always assumed that Chris Blackwell was a figure who came from England after the boom of this popular Jamaican music and only showed up like midway through like the Rocksteady days and was like, "Ooh, let me capitalize on this."
Right.
No, dude, he's grew up in Jamaica and already started a record company a full 4 years before Jamaica even had its independence and ska started.
Wow.
I had no idea. So his first big hit that he produces is My Boy Lollipop, the Millie Small ska version in 1964.
Wow. He produced that?
And he produced that.
Wow.
And him like dedicating himself to promoting Millie Small and that song and getting it out there and making sure that it's successful. And like, that was his like proving ground of like really getting himself involved in the music industry and like making all those connections and like really seeing that he can actually do it. And the rest is history. Fucking produced way more people. He founded Trojan Records along with Duke Reed.
Wow.
He opened Compass Point Studios, which is where Night Nurse was recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And
love
on
him
and
or
on and on and on.
love him or hate him, outside of Bob Marley, I mean, you could even thank him for Bob Marley in a lot of respects, but it's like outside of Bob Marley, who else did more of the legwork to like propagate reggae out into the world? Now, the flip side of that is, and that's me being generous, but the flip side of that is, okay, the story of the Jamaican record industry is an amazing story full of very tenacious, ingenious problem solvers who were creative and brilliant and innovative. But I mean, it is also a story of exploitation, right? And it's like,
Yes.
And a story of inequity and unfairness and missed out, royalties and money and payments
To
and all
this
this
day.
stuff to this day, right?
To this
and
day, yes.
And all of that is built on a foundation that this fucking guy started, right? It's like, and then when you tell me this stuff, I didn't know that about him, that his family were like basically like what they like were.
Isn't that insane?
Owning, like probably owned slaves or something.
No, definitely.
Definitely owned slaves.
Definitely.
Like he was born in 1937. So his probably direct parents probably came from a family that owned slaves. Like his grandparents, at the very least,
his great grandparents from the early 1800s were plantation owning, industrialists in Jamaica, Europeans in Jamaica. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, on one sense, it's like you could be generous and say this guy like propagated reggae out into the world in a great way and like thank him for that. But you can also, because he did, but you can also kind of take the reading, which is just like, this guy is born of a family of exploitationists. That's what they do, is they exploit Jamaicans. And he built a whole industry just exploiting Jamaicans. Yeah, John, what do you think?
Wow. Well, I mean,
lots of new information has come to light, dude.
Yeah, actually, these are things that I knew, Um, so like, yeah, I mean, if you come from money, if you already have something in your hand, it's a lot easier to work with, you know?
Yeah.
We're all looking for the one lottery ticket, but in terms of if you wake up and your diaper is full of 15 lottery tickets every day, you might
Winning
have
ones.
you might have a greater chance to win said lottery.
Yeah.
You know,
We're just looking for the correct Chris Blackwell opinion. That's all. It's just simple as that. Just give us what are we supposed to think? What are our viewers supposed to think?
I think he saw opportunities and he took those opportunities.
Yeah.
And don't hate the play, hate the game. No,
but he kind of set up the game.
Yeah.
Right?
He was basically like, hey, make your own game, but here's all the stuff to make the game.
He's the Monopoly man.
Yeah. Like he started out with the Monopoly money and all the hats and all the properties and decided he would create a new game, and he did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my problem
I'm glad we like the game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we like the game. The game being like this kind of shitty exploitative machine that is really cool and produces a lot of really good music, but is like also full of like story after story after story of like people getting cheated and like missing out on royalties and money, and like it all just feeling like a pyramid scheme where it's like you have all these people working on music and it all just goes to like one guy, right? It all just goes to Chris Blackwell or his ilk, right?
It definitely feels like that.
Yeah. So it's like my problems with him have always stemmed more from like, he just felt like a big meddler in a lot of cool projects, or just kind of felt like there's as many stories you could probably find of him like being a great facilitator of like cool shit, right?
Yeah.
Because there
Greasing the wheels.
Greasing the wheels and yeah, but also it's just kind of like, yeah, dude, that's what you're good for, is greasing the wheels. I don't need your creative input on Bunny Wailer and what Bunny Wailer should like sing about or do or like.
But I have the lottery tickets.
But he has the lottery tickets. Yeah, that's where.
And it was his idea to make a song
called Funky
Kingston.
But that was it, though. That was it. He just said, "You know what you should do? You should write a song called Funky Kingston." He didn't write Funky Kingston. He didn't write it. Toots wrote it. Everything we love about Funky Kingston came from Toots, right?
That's
if you follow that down, then I mean, Toots didn't play that badass piano intro.
Yeah, that's true.
Toots didn't play wasn't doing what Jackie Jackson was doing, playing this amazing James Jamerson bass on. By the way, how amazing is it that the the Jamaican bass player that most like encapsulated what James Jamerson was doing
was Jackie.
Was Jackie Jackson.
Maybe that was part of it.
I mean, what are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Anyway,
JJ recognized JJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last bit of info on Chris Blackwell that I will give you to help you make up your mind of whether he is either Satan or Jesus, and there's no in between. It's only one or the other, by the way.
No, the perfect gray area on Earth exists, and it's Chris Blackwell.
Ooh, is Chris Blackwell Buddha?
No.
Okay. Well, the last piece of trivia I'll give you is that he owns GoldenEye.
The movie?
No, Ian Fleming's house. Which is called the movie is named after
the house
that in Jamaica that Ian Fleming lived at.
When you first said no,
wrote all the James Bond movies.
When you first said no to my question, I thought you were going to say no, the N64 video game.
No, he owns GoldenEye N64. Even better. I would rather own GoldenEye N64 than own the house GoldenEye, I think.
Certainly.
I guess I've already kind of said how I feel about him. It's complicated, but I guess I kind of feel like he's like a necessary evil, I guess. But like evil nonetheless, like not a great, and he's still alive, which like, fuck you. Like he's almost 90.
He's 98 years old, isn't he?
I'm seeing 89 is what.
Okay. Well,
Wikipedia says.
what's the difference?
Yeah. What's the difference? At that point,
40, 04, 4 years old, 40. What's the difference?
yeah.
I think that all of the parts of the way that this stuff went are, that's the word, inextricable. Right?
Sure.
You can't take away any one ingredient and have it still happen. The only reason why all this shit happened the way that it did, the only reason why we're sitting here all three of our lives dedicated to reggae music, and we come from California, the only way that happens is because all of those ingredients were there.
Yeah.
And all of those people were involved.
Mispronouncing Toots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you get the feeling that like if he didn't do it, and I'm sure he felt this way, it was like if he didn't do it, somebody else was like right about to do it, you know, like or it would have happened.
And that may be so.
Yeah, I don't know.
That may be so.
Yeah.
But he did.
He did.
And maybe nobody else would have, because you know, like the world doesn't have this deep love for music from Belize or music from Equatorial Guinea or music from Bosnia. But they do for Jamaica. So something happened that nobody else did. You know?
Would it have just been hotel background music?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like so much of it. Dude, like, you go travel you go travel to some corner of the world. Go to Southeast Asia. Just pick a spot in Southeast Asia. You go there, you will find like a deep tradition of local music that is being performed at those hotels that goes back. There's great singers that none of us have ever heard of, and nobody outside that place ever has.
Yeah.
The world is full of that stuff, but Jamaica's, something happened. You know what I mean? And I mean, granted, in my opinion, it also is probably one of the big ingredients to that is that it's just better. Like that local music that came from Jamaica is especially good also, but it did reach the world. And like we've seen as we've been doing this podcast, like there were little moments where it blew up, you know, like the movie, The Harder They Come.
Mm-hmm.
That made something happen.
Yeah, moved the needle.
And by the way, who would that movie not have happened without?
Hush your mouth.
Chris Blackwell.
His name. Well, I'll give you a hint who it was. His mom was banging Ian Fleming.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the worst drinking game ever. Oh, man.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. That's what I think. And yeah, man, like was it possible for him to treat them more fairly? It has to be.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
they were unfair.
I think you're right. Like,
I think the three white guys should be apologists. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's a good point, John. If there's an authority on it, it's us three. Yeah,
we're here to set.
We're
the
ones
straight.
Who would know.
We're gonna browbeat Chris Blackwell today, and everything will be better. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right that it's like to move the needle on a global scale, it really takes things that could probably be described as like despicable or evil, but it's like that is kind of maybe just what it takes. Like it is like a yin and yang thing. Like if you want this beautiful music to like get out, you know, in the broadest way possible, it probably I don't know. We as human beings, maybe we I don't know if we've shown a way to do something short like that on that scale, short of exploitation. You know, like it's just how it goes.
I know how I would waste all the money that would be magically given to me if it were all given to me. You know, people are always like, "Oh, if you won the lottery, blah blah blah." I'm like, well, obviously, I'd put out a bunch of records, make a bunch of videos, and tour with the biggest band I possibly could until all the money was gone, and then I died penniless again.
I mean, short of dying penniless, that's kind of what Blackwell did.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. He did it in a way.
He kind of did that, but like on a huge scale.
But on the Sauron way, he did it in a way where others died penniless instead.
Yeah.
There's that part. So that's the part that we're not really friends with.
That's true.
Yeah, right. But then on the other hand, the one who sold the GoldenEye house to him was Bob Marley.
Oh.
He owned it before him. So this guy whose career was facilitated by Chris Blackwell, whose career he entrusted to Chris Blackwell, became wealthy enough to buy that estate to sell it to him.
Wow. Was it in
So, I don't
Jamaica or
know,
something? The Golden House? Was that in Jamaica?
It's in Jamaica. Yeah.
So if
wow,
Blackwell
that's
was
cool.
cheese, we just cut a whole lot of mold off him, and maybe there's a good piece of cheese.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
That's
gray
settled.
area.
That's settled.
It's
On
a
with the
big old-
music, folks.
he's moldy
Come
cheese.
on.
Well,
Bang the gavel.
honestly, yeah. To tie it back into the episode a little bit, you know, we often, I think, justifiably have reason to kind of shit on Chris Blackwell, and we have kind of a lot in this season. We've kind of poked and prodded at Chris Blackwell over and over again. But I gotta say, like, according to this, he mixed this album with another person.
Interesting.
And like, it's kind of, aside from the aside from all the Toots stuff on the record, the mix might be my favorite aspect of the album.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
it is.
I didn't even think about that, but when you point it out, you're spot on.
It's so good. Like, it's so sparse and clean and like direct. It's really dry. It's very 70s. It's like letting it's a bunch of recordings of Toots and the Maytals in the same way, like we said that they do, with the same great band, the same, a lot of the great songs and everything. And it's just presented in a very unadulterated way. And according to the research I did, that was like a deliberate Chris Blackwell choice. Was, we're not going to do the Catch a Fire thing or the Bob Marley thing where we send it to London and overdub it with a bunch of people and do all this shit. We're not going to adulter it. Like, we're going to present this music exactly as it is in a really good way. And a lot of that is the deliberate choices to not overdub and meddle with it. And a lot of that is the deliberate choices they made in the mix, which is just to kind of stay the fuck out of the way and just let it sound great and to make it sound great,
So this is one of the things that I put in my notes is the question: how significant are the overdubs? Because I know what you're talking about. So your quote corner. So they I don't know if you guys have ever seen the back of the jacket of the LP.
Oh, mine has like no info on it. It has it has a paragraph.
Okay,
but there's no credits or anything.
So the paragraph says,
yes,
whatever happened to the delicately arranged strings and brass, not to mention the odd harp? I was always told this is what makes reggae acceptable. As if you could saddle Toots and the Maytals with all that. No, sir. No restrictive music sheets on this. Just funky music right down to the grassroots. Assisted by the superb brass of Sons of the Jungle, the Maytals show that this is what real Jamaican music is all about. Don't take my word, though. I'm biased. I've listened to the LP already. End quote. So, right, proclaiming what you're talking about, Nate. It doesn't have all the strings and those New York horns and London horns that we heard on the Jimmy Cliff album and everything.
Bullshit on the Jimmy Cliff album.
But then you got the song "In the Dark," which literally has a fucking glockenspiel on it, playing the melody and like a white lady choir singing, right? Because there's all this confusion as to the credited musicians who actually played on here, and one of them is it doesn't say anywhere that I can find like who played percussion on this.
Yeah.
Is that overdubbed? It doesn't sound like Sticky Thompson. It sounds like some like a white guy shaking that tambourine, and there's all this big female background vocals section. They don't sound Jamaican to me.
Weirdly, they sound
like a London ensemble or something.
Yeah, it sounds like a gospel choir, but a white gospel choir.
Yes,
which is funny. It's almost like they took this somewhere and were like, "This guy's really into gospel. We need a gospel choir."
They snuck it over to Muscle Shoals.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So it's definitely these after the fact overdubs are definitely not to that extent, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Like
They're-
those
and
Bob
they
Marley records where like half of the rhythm section is overdubbed by non-Jamaicans. It's
Right.
not to that extent.
And they
But-
sound a little more at place, or maybe it's just done better than like the Jimmy Cliff stuff, or like I wouldn't even compare it to the Peter Tosh stuff, even though that ironically is the most kind of out of left field set of overdubs probably, because of how well they integrate it on that album. This one, I would compare it to that in that like it sounds well integrated. Like it sounds like it was there from the beginning, even though I'm sure it wasn't, like you're saying.
I can't imagine them tracking that glockenspiel at Dynamic Sounds.
Yeah, Dynamic Sounds. Yeah, no.
But it sounds better. It's
awesome.
I everything in here, it belongs better. And also too, I think that something that makes this work about this album is that crossoverness is in the compositions.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the song Funky Kingston, the way that it opens with that piano, with the piano playing the bass line, the dong, dong,
it's pure
dong,
James
dong,
Brown, dude.
Dong. Yeah, that is them doing an American style.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
not a Caribbean thing. That's not a Jamaican thing. And it's all over. You know, Love's Gonna Get Me Down. He's covering a John Denver song.
John fucking Denver song,
playing
dude.
part of it in the like country style, not even a reggae thing.
The best cover of John Denver
Ever. Absolutely. Not even close.
I think, maybe we save this for standout songs, but surpasses the John Denver version. I'm sorry. I think it's way better. It's way better.
It does.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't without John Denver having made the song.
Sure. Yeah.
So
right.
I give both super props.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But this isn't one of those songs, one of those times where somebody can elevate a song past where it was.
To maybe use a John Roy style euphemism. My chocolate chip banana bread is great, but only because I had banana bread first. Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally something John would say.
Yeah. Bad guy analogy.
Yeah.
But no, that's interesting. And I never really noticed that like full circleness of him doing the Radiohead song on that album that just like fucking cemented reggae covers as like a legit art form.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that it's, he's
already done
the
it that way.
OG.
Yeah.
Like the Louie and
Yeah, it's true.
Country
Yeah.
Road.
All
and,
over this.
Oh man. Those are like two of the biggest, the biggest ones that there are. And they're from back in the day.
Even his Louie, I'm like, I'd rather listen to this one.
Yeah. I'm
dude.
gonna time travel forward just a little bit and take us on a further tangent and then come back.
Uh-huh.
Him and Willie Nelson.
Right. They were like buddies.
That's all I gotta fucking say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did they record? What did they do together?
Dude. Okay. If you're listening out in the world, look up
Pause.
Willie Nelson, Toots Hibbert doing Still Movin', which is a Willie Nelson song.
Ooh.
And look up him and Willie Nelson doing Worried Man. Those two songs.
Ooh. Okay.
Those two songs could be country hits, reggae hits, doesn't frickin' matter. The two of them together, it's fucking electric as far as
they're like both at the same time, like it's both a country song and a reggae song.
It's wow.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Toots also, he was like another one of those guys, like Tosh, Jimmy Cliff, and Toots were all guys who just, you felt like they earned the acclaim, respect, admiration of like the British rock scene people, American like rock people. Like they were like, no, these are our guys.
Yeah.
Like, that was their attitude about it. It was like,
they're
I know
superstars. These are superstars.
Yeah. Yeah. Not even just that, but it's like, I know you guys think these guys are reggae musicians. They're actually kind of part of our pantheon, our lineage, the story we're telling as like folk songwriters and like rock stars and whatever. That's always the sense I get from them. Like when I was watching that documentary today, and it was all Clapton and Keith Richards and Bonnie Raitt and all these people. It's like they have nothing to say about the reggae aspect of Toots. One, because I don't think they know what to say about it, which is fine, to be fair. But also, it's like that aspect of him, it's like kind of not important to why they love him so much. They love him because of the shared, like the shared love of music that they have with him. Like he likes all the same shit they liked growing up, right? Like, you know, they have like shared reference points. And so like they see him and they're just like, he just does what we do, but he's from Jamaica. That's the only difference.
Boom,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. That's what I was trying to get is like he's of the same royalty.
Yeah, he is.
You know?
He is. He's part of that lineage. That's how they see him. And it's funny because it's like you hear Keith Richards and Eric Clapton and whoever else say that, and yet it's like, and a Willie Nelson or whoever, and yet I still feel like there is like a layer of like distance between audiences and Toots and Tosh and Jimmy Cliff, where they will still look at them from like at arm's length of like, well, no, but they're reggae though. You know what I mean? Like, so there's like this.
Here's another. Here's another.
Sure.
Tangential observation. All those people you just mentioned that we're talking about, Toots, they've all traveled the world.
Yeah.
People that travel the world and play music.
Share a language.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah,
you gain a different perspective.
It's true. That's a really good point.
That is very true.
That is very true. Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you travel the world and play music and are on stage every night. So do I.
Yeah.
You know, like,
right. Yeah. And
there's not really much different between us.
You end up being, finding a community of these fellow world travelers, each one from a different place, and each one, much like you, kind of more identifying with that traveling,
you can have more in common with that person.
Circus group.
Like, oh yeah, you did Red Rocks last week? Oh yeah, I did Red Rocks. What about that, what about the backstage green room, huh? Is that pretty cool? Yeah. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I just want to make sure to shout out the band, the other musicians who are on this as well, because we haven't even mentioned.
Yes.
We've only been talking about Toots, which in a certain way it's not inappropriate, because some Jamaican vocal trios, there's like a high degree of variability of like the degree to which there's one main guy and the other two of the trio are kind of backing him up. And there are some, like the Wailers, where they're more like the Beatles. It's like you have a Lennon McCartney and a Harrison in there. But this is definitely one where
it's Toots
Hibbert is
the guy,
is the songwriter, and then you have Jerry Matthias and Raleigh Gordon are the Maytals, the other two singers.
And they were the same, like they were like the original trio at this point as well. It was like the same three dudes. Yes. Okay.
It was the same three guys until I think the other two dudes left in the early 80s at some point.
Yeah.
So through the bulk of them doing all the recordings that we know them for, it was that same three guys. And then like how we were talking about how this group is an outlier because he had like a dedicated band that stuck with him. So the bass player Jackie Jackson, who I was shouting his praises when we were talking about Jimmy Cliff as well. There's more of that arpeggiation happening throughout this this album that I was talking about. He's just one of the, you can't big him up enough. He's one of the greatest Jamaican bass players to ever live. All of his Studio One stuff, like so many of just like the Studio One rhythms, he's the one who played bass, came up with that shit.
And he's just
incredible.
so different. He's so different and like
The
singular.
Treasure Isle bass
Yeah,
lines.
he's really like singular compared to the later kind of second generation of reggae bass players that we tend to talk about.
Yes. And next week there's another one of the monsters of early reggae and rock steady Studio One bass that we're going to talk about. I won't spoil it. But and then the drummers. So it was split, but this album is split between two. So all of the songs that came from In the Dark are the drums are played by a dude named Winston Grennan, who is a very prolific session drummer. He played at he played at Studio One, he played at Treasure Isle, he played at Dynamic Sounds. So, he played on like Time Tough and Country Road and stuff like that. But he was more of a session dude. The one who really was dedicated to Toots was Paul Douglas. So he played on Funky Kingston, that like crazy drum feel.
Yeah. So sick.
Louie, Pomps and Pride. That's Paul Douglas. And that's the one who, went on tour with him and became the guy for him. Forever. He still is alive and still plays. I don't know if they tour with Toots' songs now or not. I don't know.
2017, he was still playing with Toots and the Maytals.
Yeah.
2017.
Toots, by the way, died of COVID in
Right.
2020. And
Crazy.
I don't know if there's anything going on that keeps his stuff on stage or not. I don't know.
Playing his shit still. Yeah, I don't know either.
And then two guys that I'm really passionate about, the guitar players. The guitar players on this album. Holy crap. What were you going to say, Nate?
Probably like one of my favorite aspects of the whole record is the guitar stuff on
the guitar playing.
Yeah.
On this record. Unbelievable. So it's Dougie Bryan and Hux Brown.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one does not have a Wikipedia entry, and the other entry is not blue. So,
yeah, a big travesty.
Yeah.
But yeah, these aren't like the usual names that you'll see on a bazillion sessions throughout the. They're in the mix. They did other sessions too, for sure. But I feel like Toots's albums are really the place where they most shine.
Yeah. And
it's really cool because, there's just like iconic stuff that is known to every reggae fan. And it's those guys, Dougie Bryan and Hux Brown.
Yeah.
And then there's only... The internet is so weird with all this stuff because the only keyboard player that's credited on any of this stuff is Neville Hines. But there's piano, there's organ, and there's clavinet. And I really doubt that they
overdub
at these Dynamic Sounds sessions just had Neville overdub all three of those things. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I am pretty darn positive that Winston Wright and Gladdy Anderson also played on this, and it was all three of them.
It's funny, during the Jimmy Cliff episode, you pointed out how little info there was to go off on that album, and I feel like this one there's honestly even less.
There's even less.
Yeah, it's like
it's a damn shame.
They don't even list who plays on it. Like,
it is a damn shame.
There's like three. It just in time tough.
Yeah.
Alone. Exactly.
The clav, the like
exactly.
That comes to my mind. When you say clavinet and you say Time Tough, I already hear the riff in my head.
Yeah, totally.
The other is that freaking organ bubble on Time Tough. I'm going to keep going on it because it is the best damn song on the album.
Spoilers.
I know. Spoilers.
Preview.
But it's
the
fact that, like, instead of just pulling a pure straight bubble through or doing a bubble that switches off, it's so good that he can. I'm implying where the bubble is. What?
Right. Exactly.
What?
See, that's why I think it's a Gladdy Anderson thing, right?
Yeah.
Like he was such a friggin' genius. He I mean, for all I know, he's one of the people who probably invented the organ bubble, but he's so creative with it, like doing a thing that I know I am incapable of doing. When every song that I track organ on, it's like, well, it's going to be one of two variations of a friggin' organ bubble
here's my crappy bubble.
I can
Let's
do.
get someone
Here
else
it
to
is.
come in.
And just like everybody else, you know, I mean, no shade on anybody, but you know, this wonderful world is full of musicians who make their living fully just playing reggae keys, reggae bubble and bang, and it's the same bubble for everything.
Yep.
But here's this guy who, like, track after track after track, found a way to customize and make the patterns something
funky,
different in every song.
They're
like,
funky.
how do you even do that?
It's like
crazy.
It's funkified. That's what they do on this.
I'll give my love for two modern players in this same thing that actually are not keyboardists. Steve Capecci on bass and Victor Rice on bass. Because we talked about Victor before. Both of those guys, you think that this is just the bass line. No. That's one figure of the bass line, and he played 4 minutes straight through and just kept changing the figure, but it feels exactly the way it should.
So I'm not familiar. Yeah, that's what his organ playing is like. I'm not familiar with Steve Capecci's game. Who?
He's New York. He's out there doing the thing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, look him up.
I gotta look him up.
It's pretty neat.
Victor, though, I remember for that exact reason you illustrated. Some of the first times we got tracks from you for the Big Audio Dynamite project. One of the first times I remember Brandon trying to track stick for a Victor Rice thing, and it was like
trying to double his bass line.
It's crazy because of every 4 bars, the figure is like changing slightly under your hands. Like,
that's what I'm accustomed to. I'm accustomed to following a bass player who's going to establish, you know, like a Flabba Holt situation.
Yeah, here's the line.
Or like anybody, like Jackie Jackson.
There's honestly like not really anything wrong
anybody.
with that.
It's the OG way. Like, after a few times around, it's like, okay, I got it. I got the bass line, and then now I follow him. But no, with Victor is like each round of each verse is different, and it's always moving forward and never coming back around. But yet, still, it feels
the
same way that a traditional bass line will. It only reveals itself under inspection. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is amazing because he's living in both worlds at the same time. Because normally, in my experience, if you do abandon that and you don't make your bass line be a true pattern, then you end up sacrificing the feeling of that.
If it's a meditation.
Of that meditation.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But he's able to leave the pattern and stay in the meditation.
I think
it's really amazing.
It's the subtlety of it. The subtlety of his changes that are only revealed under inspection.
Yeah.
That's how you do that.
It's very subtle.
Well,
he doesn't show it off.
That's what we're catching on all the keyboards in Time Tough.
Yes.
There's just so much delicious stuff in it.
Yeah.
If you listen to the first 30 seconds and you listen to the last 30 seconds, you may not find anything that's too close except for, well, he's playing chords.
Yeah.
But rhythmically,
it's all different.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I think
so great.
I think that like I think funk music gets like this it gets this connotation attached to it that it's like sloppy or something. That it's like you're just fucking like noodling almost, like Red Hot Chili Peppers or something. I'm kind of thinking of. I think what people don't understand is, like reggae music, if you're playing funk music very diligently and in kind of like through like an originalist lens of like how to play funk music, like James Brown was not up there just letting his bands just play whatever. Like,
no,
like
those guys rehearsed like a motherfucker.
That was like explicitly
like
not cool.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that was like explicitly not allowed in like in funk music, which was mainly performed by one person for a long time.
If you listen to the JBs playing live,
it's like militant.
And the other is that we're going to listen to one groove now. It's going to go on for 8 minutes.
10 minutes.
And it's going to be, well, I was being conservative. But
Yeah.
but it won't be the same groove by the time we.
Yeah. By the time we get to it.
Yeah, I mean, they might take us to a bridge and take us back.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the same song by the time it's finished, and it's not going to leave us bored if we're paying attention.
Yeah, but that's something I think funk and reggae, ironically, when you think about them on paper, it's like one you think of as a fast style, one you think of as a really slow style.
Yeah.
But like really, when it comes down to like the skeleton of like how the rhythms are supposed to be performed, they are both kind of rhythmic meditations, and that's how you unlock the best of what those two genres have to offer from like a rhythm and performance perspective.
Yeah.
I think it's the shared heritage from West African music, right?
Yeah.
It evolves.
It's true.
The music evolves as you play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it does appear to an outside ear to be just fully and completely improvised.
This is easy, or no way.
right, or easy. Yeah. But I mean, even like it would be inaccurate to say none of this is improvised. It is. It's just not like how you think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not like not
in like a blues pentatonic scale kind of way.
Right. Not like everything, not like anything goes.
Yeah.
It's within a very specific tradition, very specific framework. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's nobody is stepping out of bounds.
Yeah.
It's improvised in the way that, like if you get everybody together and play a sport and like play a baseball game, everything that everyone is doing is improvised.
It's true.
But they're all playing baseball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You're following the rules.
It's never going to not resemble a baseball game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And every baseball game is improvised.
Yeah.
And you're following your coach's instruction.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? This
is my favorite analogy yet.
And there's no crying in baseball.
And there's also no crying. Yes. There's no crying in reggae.
Yeah. All right, let's
go
to...
That worked better than Star Wars, I think.
That was way better than Star Wars. That was way better than Star Wars.
Finally got there.
Yeah. I can't wait for someone to clip out that I said Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader. Or sorry, that Bob Marley is Darth Vader.
Say it again, slowly.
Standout songs.
So John, these are, if you remember from last time you were on the show, standout songs is neither your favorite song nor the song that you think is the best song. It is kind of our like runner-ups. Like, what are songs that you aren't your favorite? Shout-outs aren't your favorite, aren't your best. Kind of the runner-up, the one that like is obviously good but didn't quite crest like the pole position for you.
Simple, Pomp and Pride.
Pomp and Pride. Okay, love that.
Yeah.
Pomp and Pride.
I'm just gonna reveal it early.
Okay.
Pomp and Pride is my pick for favorite.
That
is my favorite song.
Fun. There you go.
On this album.
It's a great one. I would always say Time Tough because that's me.
Pomp and Pride has probably the biggest horns moment on the album too. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. Wild Jackie Jackson bass. Really wild.
And
bass
the guitar picking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. This is like. Yeah.
And it has that beautiful gospel-like flavor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, big time.
Of the Maytals doing it together, and I'm like, doesn't it? It takes you to church. If you've been, time. It takes you there.
Yeah.
And I love how he turns do re mi fa sol la ti do into one
note. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
How clever is that?
Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
That's clever.
See, And
Oh
it
my
makes us
God.
it makes us giggle.
It's very
And
charming. It's very charming.
Yeah.
Especially coming from a guy who, like, okay, I think one of the things that people love most about Toots is his voice.
Yeah.
And this is one of those, I've said this a million times on the show. Liking or not liking someone's voice doesn't necessarily have anything to do with how good of a singer they are. It's more of like a timbre thing for people. And I think they don't quite, I don't think a lot of people quite understand that. And I bring this up because I think Toots is unequivocally one of the great reggae singers of all time. But he had
That's a hot take.
Yes, but he
I'm joking.
but he had a pretty limited range. You know, like he's not like Jimmy Cliff, where Jimmy Cliff could like go all over the place, or Peter Tosh even. Like he had his like lane, and he was amazing at it, and his voice was amazing and infectious and beautiful. But he had like kind of a relatively limited range, in my opinion. But so it's funny.
What do you think? John is the only one of us who's a real singer, who's actually a singer.
Jimmy Cliff is like a Krakenbush, if you will.
Wait, what is that? What's a Krakenbush?
Well, I'm fat guy, so I watch.
It's food.
I watch cooking shows.
It's a kind of food. Okay.
So you make your little pâte à choux, and then you put them all together into a pyramid, and then you cover it in spun
pyramid
sugar.
A pyramid of sugary, crumbly dough bites. Okay. Wow.
Now, thank you. Toots Hibbert is creme brulee. Oh, that's just it's just custard with some sugar on it. But how many times would you want to eat a creme brulee? Me,
1,000 times.
Fat guy, 1,000 times. As many times as he will hand me more creme brulee, I will keep eating it.
Mm-hmm.
The Krakenbush, I'll be like, man, that's pretty impressive how you did that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
How does it taste? It's okay. I like it.
And but belongs in a museum.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
but if
you make it maybe
that's a centerpiece at the wedding.
One time your entire life. Yeah, it's a wedding showstopper. Yeah. Okay. I was really worried you were going to tell me I was stupid for my take.
No, but if you hit me with creme brulee for dessert every freaking day, I would look like I do now.
Yeah.
I'm fat. It's funny. Okay. I got to use it.
I say all that just to say that the do re mi fa sol la ti do bit is really funny, and it's really charming because it's like
good. Makes you smile.
It makes you smile because it's like
because he doesn't use the intervals.
He doesn't use the intervals.
Notes. He takes the thing that is known for being different notes.
I love it.
The only reson why it exists is so that it's different notes, and he turns it into one note.
Imagine the sound of music.
Right, all in one note. Exactly.
Do, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, the name I call my. See?
Yeah.
Just it would have been ruined.
Exactly.
The Nazis would have killed them all.
Pomps and Pride has always been my favorite because, I've always felt and understood ever since I was a teenager that the same energy that is in like heavy metal and punk music is in reggae. And I've always been able to feel it, and I've just been my whole life I've just been wanting to like share that news with other people. You know, some people want to share the gospel. That's what I want to share with everybody, right? It's like, and
honestly, it's kind of in the same. You know,
it is.
It's the energy.
It is, man.
Specials did Monkey Man.
Yeah. This song, and by the way, anybody who's ever seen me on stage with Smoke and Mirror Sound System will know one can headbang while you're playing.
Yes, make the stank face too. Stank face and headbang.
Stank and headbang while you're playing OG reggae.
To the reggae.
Right? So Pomps and Pride to me like was an early one for me where this is like an early reggae song that you can like it feels like headbanging.
Yeah. It's
The
really,
band
like,
is
heavy.
going off, dude.
They're
Do do do
going
do
off.
do do boom boom boom. And Toots is just
Yeah.
everybody going by, trying to see the light. It's
Yeah.
going off, man. He's just like at the top of his voice the whole time.
true.
Like this recording is so amazing. It feels like the studio that day was at like 120 decibels.
Yeah.
You can just hear how hard
Yeah.
the whole band is just fucking rocking.
Yeah.
Like, sorry guys,
You know?
we blew 5 ribbon mics today.
Oh.
Definitely.
Seriously.
Definitely.
This is they were not playing lightly.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You can definitely feel it with the horn section. Like
That's it.
and the
that kills you.
horns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It does sound loud as fuck. You're right.
It
It's
does.
so
It sounds
loud.
loud.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's a really good standout. Brandon, how about you? Do you have or John? Do you have any more standouts you
Yeah,
want to
any
highlight,
other
or
standouts?
should we? Maybe we should all just do one standout.
Well, again,
There's-
time tough's the favorite because I already put that out there. Louie, my wife kind of hates it, but you know what? Louie will
I think
Louie, regardless of who sings it or plays it,
Yeah.
unless it stops at 2.5 minutes, you'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think Louie would be is solid. It's funny when you look at the track list and when you listen to this version of Louie, you're like, oh well, obviously that's like one of the best songs on the album. But for me, really thinking about it, it's solidly in runner-up status for me. It is not cracking my favorite or best.
Yeah.
And it actually, I didn't even write it down for my standouts, but it's weird because it is
pretty
literally
cool.
a
It's
standout. It is. I think for most people, it would be like the song they might know from this. You
Now,
know?
was it clav through a Leslie, or was it
Oh, that's a good
guitar?
Yeah, I was wondering that as well.
Let's
Is
see.
it clav through a Leslie or guitar through a Leslie?
Oh, it's so weird. I'm listening to it now.
Oh, the solo, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Louie, yeah, man. Oh, I love it. It makes me. It feels weird.
I
It
believe
makes me tingly.
Yeah.
I don't
great
I don't
sax
think it's a
solo on this
Leslie.
as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I think that's a clav. I think that's a clav through a Leslie, like you said. That's exactly what that sounds like.
I don't
No?
think it's a Leslie. I don't think it's a Leslie because a Leslie rotates, right?
Rotate.
So
Yeah.
so there is oscillation, but it doesn't go to zero.
Zero. Yeah, you're right. There's an on-offness of this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it's a pedal. It's either like a Roland, one of those like chorus.
Sure.
which is
kind of similar to a Leslie simulator. but-
Yeah.
Right, exactly. If it is that box, that one is literally made to be a Leslie emulator.
Yeah.
Or a Mutron. I can't remember what they called it.
But set really fast.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
set with the oscillation really fast.
Yeah.
exactly.
So sick.
It's super fast.
Yeah.
And there's also like a wah effect or an envelope filter effect.
Yeah.
And that might be a Mutron, like an envelope follower.
Right.
And then, or it's put through like a Fender amp, so it has a tremolo.
Doing the trem. I know. Yeah. It's a pure trem. Yeah.
Exactly. And then now, what is the source instrument? Is it a guitar?
I think it
Is it a
sounds like
keyboard
a clav.
instrument? It could even be a saxophone.
True.
It might be a sax played through a envelope follower through a tremolo
Right,
and a guitar amp.
The chain afterwards is just so freaking cool. You know.
Wow.
It might also be Toots's voice.
True. Wow. That's freaky.
He may be just doing a yeah na, 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 na,
Conspiracy,
na, na, na,
conspiracy
you know?
theorists, what's going to bring it all in there?
We should ask Chris Blackwell. He's still alive.
There you are.
Yeah.
This will
Mr.
redeem.
89,
This will
98-year-old.
redeem you, and you won't be damned to hell if you tell us. That.
Yeah. Dear Chris, sorry for calling you Sauron on the podcast earlier, but I have a question for you. I need you to do me a favor. Yeah.
Oh God. Wow.
Hope you're not bent out of shape about that whole Sauron thing.
Oh God.
Okay, so yeah, Louie Louie was the one that I put down for my standout.
Oh, great. Good.
And every time now that I hear the intro to it, I picture Dan Hidea's bandaged hand in Blood Simple walking to go meet the Texan guy in his Volkswagen Bug to sit there to hire him to.
Isn't that fascinating how something that's in a movie referencing another, it's like that's what you think of now every time. Like
right, and it
like
wasn't ever before I saw that movie.
You're thinking Reservoir Dogs with Stuck in the Middle.
Right, exactly.
It's like no matter what, you're
now that's what comes to mind. Yeah. Like I can see it.
Now, almost that it doesn't belong in the album, not that it doesn't, but Country Road.
Mm-hmm. I think there's another one that doesn't belong.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's
is
it on the 75 version? Love Is Gonna Let Me Down. I think that's that one.
It is.
It is.
It is.
That's the one for me that I'm like, get out of here. I don't need it. This isn't on here.
And I'm not saying Country Road is bad. I'm saying like it is. Imagine if there was a whole album.
Yeah.
That's me though. That's why I'm making a whole album.
Yeah.
Like that. But like the song by itself is Country Road is a standalone.
Yeah, it is kind of.
You know, like not that it doesn't belong in the album. Just that, like, man, just imagine
it. It
comes from a different universe
where that is surrounded by like-minded
other
songs. Yeah,
like somehow like Toots did the Wichita Lineman. You know, like like what?
Can you imagine?
Like what?
Fuck. What if he did?
That's what it is to me. It's like that. That
it's
song
like why only do this one time?
Why did you
only
say
do this
that,
one
John?
Yes.
Now I hate existence because Toots never sang Wichita Lineman.
But see,
damn it!
That's really good.
I used to be happy before you said
that. Imagine this. Okay, it's 1975, and Toots is like on a festival. This, by the way, the first show I saw, so I'm using this as an example. 1976 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you know what, Glenn Campbell, can I sing Rhinestone Cowboy as well? And then Toots sings it, and it's a freaking hit.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm imagining it right now.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, if he did more country stuff at this time with this group of guys.
At this time. It would have killed.
Right.
I mean,
because it almost seems like he got that idea a little bit later with the Willie stuff. He was like, oh, fuck. I probably should have pulled on that thread a little more.
Yeah. Well, he got it. He got it. And
he did.
Comes from that and a tradition and a family of people that sing those kind of songs, too.
Yeah.
By the way, Nate, speaking of Love Is Gonna Let Me Down, is another example of, I don't know what they're talking about, trying to claim that there's no big production overdubs on this. The song has a freaking Mellotron on it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Oh, we had one hanging out there, sure.
Yeah. Right. Wait, where was the Mellotron and all the other dynamic sound sessions?
That's true. That's true.
They just forgot that it's
they were
sitting over there.
There was no magic in the studio. Shut up. Don't say anything about it. There was no studio magic.
Ixnay on the Ellotron May.
Yeah, it is.
This was all done live.
It is on closer inspection. There's plenty of overdubs on this, but they're done really well.
Yeah.
For someone like Chris Blackwell, where it's always visible, it's a little more invisible on this album, which is nice.
On closer inspection, the music industry is highly duplicitous and dishonest. After all. Yeah.
On closer inspection, this is actually a religious album with overdubs.
Whoops. Man, that would have been a better title for this podcast, On Closer Inspection.
On Closer Inspection.
Can we start over? That's a way better title.
Wrong.
Oh, if only CBS was still a network, we'd be on Sunday night. On Closer Inspection.
Okay. I still have my standout.
Yeah. What's your standout?
Do it.
My standout is Got to Be There.
Okay.
Ooh,
Love
Got to Be There.
Got to Be There. Love
Nice.
kind of the
Good choice.
bouncy, almost Rocksteady feel to this tune. It's kind of closer to Rocksteady, or maybe just originalist, reggae, pre-Marley, pre-Rasta reggae, which I really like. Great guitar playing on this, like you brought up, Brandon. Crazy, like ding, 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 like 32nd note, 16th note, like stick part, and a really, that kind of shit. And a really, really beautiful, clean, little like kind of roots and thirds, kind of roots and sixth solo thing going on, which is.
Is this the one where he goes blah 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 blah?
Yeah,
like that.
Bling, 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 bling. Yeah, really, really
so
nice.
nasty.
Yeah, really, really.
Also, smart to like again, looking at times. Smart to make a song that's 3 minutes long, and I know that the vinyl dictates kind of the length of it, really. But to make a 3-minute song and not lose you on it,
it's real. Well, it's so good. It's such a good groove. It has such a great melody. Also, I think for an album build to Toots and the Maytals, the Maytals not really showcased
there.
on here, and this song, you hear them. They're definitely there.
Yeah.
Right. Unless you're
They've
thinking
got to be there.
They've got to be there. Yeah. Or we can't call it this.
Maybe that's what the song is about. Well, we have to be able to hear these guys eventually.
Yeah.
We signed the contract. We got to put them in there.
Yeah. We're not just going to call the album Toots. Okay.
Hey, Toots.
Yeah.
We said it was Neapolitan ice cream, so just throw a little vanilla and strawberry in there, all right?
Yeah. So I like that those guys are in the mix a little more on this as well, because they're great. I mean, it's like I think
They are.
I think what they do and what they bring to Toots and the Maytals is maybe not as impressive from a vocal standpoint as like a Mighty Diamonds or Heptones or something like that, but it is just as effective and like satisfying to listen to and like beautiful like in its own way.
They get the job done.
They get the job done. Yeah. You don't need a blue link on Wikipedia to get the job
Toots
done.
is the fuselage. They are the wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You can't fly without wings. Great song and super gospel-y too. Just I fucking love that song. I'm worried there's one we're gonna leave out, but I think maybe in favorite at best we'll get to it. But
okay,
let's go to favorite.
So we know John's favorite.
Yeah,
Time Tough, and I would guess that you would also say that Time Tough is the best song. I may be wrong about that, John. What do you think? Because sometimes they are the same. Sometimes they're one and the same. And sometimes not.
This is a tough album for favorite best.
If I'm talking single, and Desert Island, I'm only allowed one single. It's going to be Country Road.
Yeah.
Because it.
That's what you think best is. That's your best.
The best song.
I get that. I think that's.
I mean,
it's not what I would pick, but I get that.
It isn't what I wrote down, but when you say it, I'm thinking
like,
that
well, duh.
what I wrote down is probably wrong, and the correct answer is Country Road.
That's what
I'm thinking right now.
Well, that's exactly what I'm feeling.
It is the best song.
I'm only saying this in terms of if we're going to say it's a single, I think it's the best single because it's at the right amount of time to get you in there, and you just like, I want to play this again. This is so freaking good. And I'm still singing the chorus in my mind.
And it's completely transformative.
Yes.
Like Louie Louie is a really good cover of Louie Louie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great. I actually like it more than the original Louie Louie.
Yeah.
I think it's better. But this Country Road cover is like, it is.
It's more than just better.
It's more than
more
better.
Than just very.
It's like
good.
Definitive.
Yeah.
It's
transformative.
Transformative and definitive and transformational. It's like he really truly makes this his song. Like
I think if you look at the entire album, especially look at side one, it's a good thing to just play through. Side one is a playthrough side.
Oh, absolutely.
So you kind of like might lose yourself and like, okay, Time Tough goes like an extra minute and a half more than a single. Funky Kingston goes an extra 2 minutes more than a single. Louie Louie goes on for feels like 6 hours, but it's also cool.
Yeah, it's also.
But if you're listening to a side, it's a fun side. Imagine you put that shit on at a party.
Yeah.
And you're at the right party with the right fucking people that can figure shit out.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hell of a side. That's like I win tonight.
Yeah.
Because I just played this side.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Man, are we okay? Country Roads is best, right? But this is also on an album with Pressure Drop on it.
I know.
Oh, so Pressure Drop is your pick for favorite? I mean, for best?
Yes. Pressure Drop is best for me.
Hey,
I'm with it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's. I don't agree, but it's not.
I feel like
viable.
It's like,
I'm not mad at it.
It's
That is absolutely a legit pick.
For me, it's almost like by default, it's like the best song on here. Like, even though I'm like Country Road plus Time Tough plus Funky Kingston.
I think the best song is Funky Kingston. That's
Woo! Oh, wow, look at you.
Okay, let's talk
Yeah,
about
but now that we're talking about it, I kind of think it's Country Road, actually.
Look at the length.
I think it's Country Road too now.
Look at the length of his hair. That's why.
Yeah.
Jam band guy.
Oh, man. It's just the energy. I mean, in a similar way to what I was talking about, Pomps and Pride, where like it just sounds like they sound so loud. Funky Kingston, it's just
so sick.
It has something.
It's a groove
that no other song from this island, from this time period has. I don't know. That's
kind of what I mean when I was saying like how he's doing this like soul thing in a really unique way that nobody else was doing. Like nobody else was like, let me put James Brown into reggae music. Like nobody was fucking doing that. Like,
look, I'll put it like this, man. When you have a recording, right? You're in the studio and you have a take where the band, you know, deep into the song, there's this part with stops and this whole like choreographed thing of these forms and these hits that the whole band has to take. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you come back in and the band completely fucks it up. and they're totally out of time. And you know what I mean? The drummer comes in too early and all this shit, right?
Which is
and
all
you have
on
that
this.
take and you're all listening to it and it's like, that's the one.
Yeah.
That is going to be the hit.
Yes.
That is going on the record. Like,
yeah.
There's magic in that.
That's true.
There's something special because they screw up multiple times in this song.
And it's sick though.
And it's so sick.
It is.
It's unquestionably the keeper.
It's like
so.
It's like you hear them realizing in real time how fucking awesome the song is.
Yeah,
and it's like they're like, oh fuck, oh shit.
Yeah, it's that special type of mistake that you make when you come in too early because of how much
stoked.
you're feeling. And you're stoked on what you're hearing.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not a mistake out of negligence.
No, yeah, it's like out of
excitement and enjoyment in what you and your bandmates are creating right now. It's like, are you guys hearing us right now?
It also feels like, to me, it feels like Toots Hibbert himself being like, we're gonna do like a James Brown thing, and when I tell you, you like follow me. Yeah, like he's trying to do the James Brown band leader thing. It's not like built into the arrangement quite yet. Right? He's just like, we're going to try this out and we're going to do it. And like, listen to his vocal on this track. It's so raw. It's so fucking, he's blowing his vocal cords out. It's so awesome. He's going fucking off on this. And it's like, you can feel that he's just calling it in real time almost. Like he's hand signaling them or something in real time. And that's where the fuck ups come in. But they're also like, this is so fucking tight. We have to fucking like keep going. Like,
but it also feels like a party.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It does.
Right. You can hear like the entourage who's hanging out, the ladies that are in the control room and everything, you know?
Yeah. Dude, even the Paul Douglas crazy snare roll, that is not a rehearsed, like, we've done this 100 times in rehearsal snare roll. That is like, dude, bet. I'm about to fucking...
Here we go.
Here we fucking go.
Follow me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I know why you picked Funky Kingston, though. It's because of doom. Do-do-do-do.
It's...
Yeah.
Because there was already a simple boom, boom, boom,
dang.
boom. That would have been
now I think
exactly.
Now
But
I
then-
think
Exactly. The bass doesn't have to play the bass line because the piano is playing the
doing
bass
it.
line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now he's freed up to be doing a James Jamerson
so now
high
Jackie
pitch thing.
Jackson can now be the lead bass player in the band.
Exactly. And now look, find me one other example of that happening anywhere in all recorded music that comes from Jamaica in the 60s or the 70s
Yeah.
or the 80s.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one song where that happens,
Like
and it's Funky Kingston.
unequivocally a reggae song without a reggae bass line in it.
That's right.
It's a
He's
funk
just straight
bass line.
up doing.
Yeah.
He's just doing funk
Yeah.
bass. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
like John says, the bass line is already taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really tough because now we talk about this and I'm like, this is the best song though. This is the best song. Right. Right.
Okay, now sell us on Pressure Drop. Make us both think that Pressure Drop is
Yeah.
actually the best.
I think pressure drop because it is I think it wins almost by default because of how like iconic it is. It's so
Yeah.
well known. It's the only song of his I think that competes with 5446. It's the only song. It's the only song that people know
popularity,
as well, and it's just fucking beautiful. I think in between the three of us, we have all heard Pressure Drop so many times and for so long throughout our lives that I think we all probably take it for granted a
For
little bit.
granted, yes, I believe that.
But
Yes.
if you've never heard Pressure Drop before, man, this is one of the most special, magical, jubilant. It's like everything that you love about Toots is contained within Pressure Drop. Like it's a
Ooh,
canonical reggae moment in every reggae fan's life. Is like the first fucking time they hear Pressure Drop. I also feel like though picking Pressure Drop on this album, an album that came out in 73, 75, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
and picking a song that was recorded in 1969.
Yeah.
Does it win by
Yeah.
default? Yeah, it does.
How good does a song need to be the only one where they reached back 6 years?
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
kind of the opposite of what I'm saying. But you're right. You're right.
Here's
That's a good reason to pick it. But
Here's
the
a
reason,
fruit basket, but they love the applicants and cotlets, so we're going to throw that in there.
yeah. Like I think you made a good point against what I'm saying, actually, Brandon, because
wait,
it is so good. It's like
I misunderstand what you're saying then.
Well, yeah, you're right. That it is so fucking good. We have to pull it out and put it on our new album or whatever. But like at the same time, it's like it's a huge outlier among these tracks, right? Like it is far and away the most different of all the songs. It is from a completely different era of time. Like it is. As great as it is the black sheep of the whole track list, weirdly enough.
Well, we're thinking of this thing keep continuing to transmogrify, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, well, they did Pressure Drop. People know him from Pressure Drop. Okay.
Right.
Oh, the 73 album did okay. But you know what? 75, let's throw in these ones and really try and introduce him to everybody.
Yeah.
Again, like you were saying, is try and break Jimmy Cliff and then try and break Bob Marley. And I'm sure he probably tried that formula with 6 other artists.
Totally.
That we may not even know anything about at this point.
Totally. Yeah. So yeah, it almost feels like cheating to pick Pressure Drop on an album where it's like, that's not even like part of what we're doing now. That's like nothing to do with Funky Kingston, the new project we're doing. Like it's the
Just
whole
throw it in
fucking
there.
other thing. Like yeah. So in that way, I almost feel like it feels like cheating to pick it because it's such an outlier.
It's on the album.
It's on the album. That's
It's
true.
eligible.
It's true. It's on the album. That's true.
I think we have 3 fantastic choices for best song. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So they didn't invent reggae, but they did give reggae its name.
The word
go.
reggae. Yes.
They are the ones who, at least popular. So yeah, I mean,
Was it Do the Reggae? Was that them?
yeah. The song is "Do the Reggae" with a Y instead of an E.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first reggae song, but that is
The
that's what gave it
origin of the etymology of the word, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so in that sense, it's like you know, to do a third Reggae Summer without mentioning the guys who possibly could lay claim to coining the fucking term. It was a must to do a Toots episode. So,
and I love it too whenever it's one of these situations where there isn't really that deep of a backstory to it or an origin story to it, where it's like, I can't remember who it was. It was either one of the guitarists or Paul Douglas or somebody was doing an interview talking about like the origins of the song "Do the Reggae," and essentially the story is Toots came in the studio and said, "Hey, I want to do a song." Okay, it's called "Do the Reggae." We need to do the reggae, and he's like, "Okay," and then they played the song.
Right,
perfect.
That's it.
We should bring the dance back. I think we need to bring the do the reggae dance back.
Yeah, I know how to skank.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
know
reggae.
how to do the reggae.
How do you reggae?
How does one do the reggae?
Do you Jamaica ska?
Yeah.
Annette Funicello's famous word.
Yep.
Any other final thoughts for you, gentlemen?
We should. While John's here, why don't we announce our next pick?
That's right.
Which we already know what it is. John does not know what the next pick is.
Surprise me.
Maybe he's gonna go, "What the fuck? Why didn't you call me for that episode?"
No, I like getting called on that one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think we gave you the full list of all the ones that we have yet to
and
pick.
I picked this one just because.
And instantly you were like, I got to talk about Funky.
Well, it's kind of like a Whitman sampler album, if you will. You know? Well, like...
Go on.
I know what you're talking about. All the different chocolates.
What is a Whitman?
It's like C's
Whitman
Candy
sampler.
Chocolate Box, but Whitman's. It's different.
Is there another chocolate? I know about Ghirardelli. I know about C's.
Yeah. Whitman's is the yellow one.
Yeah, Whitman's is like kind of the crappier version. No, but I'm wrong. It's just I remember Whitman samplers.
So let's hear what's our next pick so that we can get John's chocolate analogy of what that.
Okay, food analogy for this, and this is great because it even has the word "food" in the title, so this is actually perfect.
That's true.
Next week or 2 weeks from now or however long, we are going to be talking about the Heptones. Night Food.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic album.
That's heavy.
Very excited. Gonna have Fat Girl on there. We're gonna have some stuff to talk about on this next one. This is a controversial album lyrically, but it's extremely good. By probably
sexy little girl.
Yes.
I think if Mighty Diamonds might be my new favorite vocal trio, but I don't think I could call them the best yet, as I've only been listening to them for a little bit of time. For me, I think the best, in my opinion, is the Heptones. They are
probably still Heptones. Okay,
the best Jamaican vocal trio for me.
This is good. I'm so glad that Mighty Diamonds has become your favorite.
Yeah,
Mighty Diamonds is mad close for me. I think still for me, favorite has to be Wailing Souls.
Yeah, that's true.
And I agree. Best is Heptones. I think.
Yeah, best has got to be Heptones.
What about you, John? What do you think in terms of Jamaican vocal trios, favorite and best? You're a good one to ask.
Culture.
Oh, yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's an interesting pick. I like that.
Or
the Congo. For me, it might be the Congos because of how unique and weird they are. They're so weird.
But they're like,
culture for me. It's just
wonders.
that
that's true.
It vocally stands out. No one can duplicate that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can.
Interesting.
And I got lucky enough to be in one of their videos in 1995.
Oh shit!
They did a video they played a show and did a video at the Belly Up Tavern, and I got to be one of the horn section guys playing on one of their tunes.
That's dope.
In the video, not on the record, because I think it was probably synth at that point. But actually being there, hanging with them, and then getting to see them afterwards, doing the whole set, and nobody could duplicate that live. And what they did live was exactly what you hear on the record in terms of what they did vocally.
Wow.
So,
yeah, that's
amazing.
Something that
real deal.
Well,
real deal.
All right. I think with that, we're gonna bid everyone adieu. Unless what?
Last order of business.
Yes.
John, is there anything you would like to promote that you would
Yes.
like to push to the masses?
Yes.
Maybe some ska festival that's happening out east.
Or
Supernova Ska Festival. We are doing the dub adjunct, if you will.
Yes.
The Ska-education tent, but I'm coining Dubucation.
Yep.
Nice. Yes.
There will be Spring Reverbs by Soon Come Sound. That we brought last year. We made them. He'll have some pre-made ones and do a demo about it, so we can teach you about how it's used in dub and reggae and all Jamaican music throughout the history of it. And Brian Wallace, dub robot himself, has been creating the dub siren. He's got some homebrew MacGyvered dub sirens that he's building. And he's going to have, hopefully, I hope he has like half a dozen of them there to demo and teach us about, the use of the dub siren, the history of it, why it's used, how it's used. And he'll have some, so who knows? You might get a chance to play with one or even buy one from him.
Good luck, because there's already only 5 left. Because
Exactly.
Because I want one. And I'm going to be there. Black Market Dub is going to be there to do some dub sets.
So if you pressure Brandon, maybe he'll show up.
Yeah.
I may be there to TBD.
Yep.
In future years when the Patreon has really blown up, I will definitely be there every year.
Yeah.
Because it'll be beyond doubt.
Yep.
But at this moment, it's in that in between zone.
Yeah. Fair.
So I may see you there, but.
That
is the Supernova Ska Festival, and that is happening in
September,
where's the location?
10, 11, 12. Is it 11, 12, 13? That's right.
Okay.
11 is the pre-show with the Detroit Rhythm Crew opening up for the Slackers.
Mm-hmm.
Slackers are playing all 3 nights and sort of playing different albums or eras of their music.
Hell yeah.
And it's got, I can't remember how many bands, but 30 plus. Yellow Man will be there. Agrolites will be there.
Hell yeah.
It's a plethora. Just look up Supernova. It's in Fort Monroe, Virginia. And I'm playing it too with the A100s. On the Sunday before
that's
Yellow
the East
Man.
Coast. That's the easy part of the U.S. to get to for people from Europe, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's the part that's cheap to fly to.
Yeah.
For those of you on the other side of the Atlantic.
That's where you can go to a different state in less than an hour.
Yes.
It's going to be really
like the
something.
Wild West out here.
We're going to try and bring all of our whole dub crew and everybody that's into that to share that with everybody. So if you've had enough of like being in a pit,
escape hatch, and we're gonna have a full escape hatch kind of presence out there as well. So
if you've been in a pit in a shark costume, but you want to sit down for a second and slow down, maybe hot box it with a little weed in your blowhole,
Exactly. This is the place where the real aficionados want to be, where you're learning about the technology and like everything getting the education of everything that's behind the scenes of what makes Jamaican music what it is. And also too, we're in a very important period of time. We need everybody to educate themselves as much as they can. Everybody who cares about this music, who loves this music, educate yourself, because we're needing to pass the torch.
Yeah,
the people who originated this shit are passing away.
Yeah.
I mean, and the 3 of us, we're second, third generation of this knowledge. It's got to continue.
I just turned 55 today. I'm over the hill.
Happy birthday, John.
Cheap. Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, John.
Cheap Denny's meals. I'm jealous.
Moans over my hammy.
Yeah.
Senior
Super
slam.
birds.
Senior slam.
Senior slam. Oh, I can't. I've never even had a senior slam.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait, buddy. You're gonna have to wait.
Every time I order it, they give me a dirty look. Tell me to get out. Yeah. All right.
Well, with that, gentlemen, we need to remind all the viewers out there and listeners that we are a band. The three of us make up many of the amazing pieces of Black Market Dub. John, in addition to releasing a bunch of our music on vinyl and helping us with that through Escape Hatch Records, John also plays sax on so much of our shit now, dating all the way back to the Radiohead EP that we put out years and years ago. Weird that that's the first one, though.
I'm Frank's Red Hot, man. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah.
He's on the Christmas album. He's on the
upcoming Halloween album that's coming
the last,
out.
And the last 3 or 4 Halloween EPs.
Yeah, it's all over all of it. Yeah, huge part of Double Feature, which is coming out this Halloween. It is in the process of being pressed. We showed the cover on stream a few weeks ago. So yeah, if you want to hear all that music,
hang on, I have it right here.
Okay, there you go. I thought I got that from you. Did I not get that from you?
No, we haven't been in the same physical place since we podcasted last, Nate.
Okay.
Which will be on
We didn't
Black,
watch any World Cup or the Odyssey.
Black
that sucks.
glow in the dark vinyl.
Black and glow in the dark vinyl.
Glow in the dark stripe.
Yes. Yes. So yeah,
look who it is. It's a picture of your boys.
Yeah. So that's coming out this fall in time for Halloween. We don't have a release date quite yet, but we'll get more info on that one as it comes. But
the pipeline. It's in the pipeline.
In the pipeline. And if you want to hear that music and much more, you got to go to blackmarketdub.bandcamp.com to stream it, or go to escapehatchrecords.com to buy that vinyl once it's out, as well as the Christmas album and a bunch of other good stuff that features me and Brandon and Smoke and Mirror Sound System and all the other great bands. Recent one, The Fish Ska, amazing single by The Fish Ska that just came out. Love that one. So yeah, go to blackmarketdub.bandcamp.com or escapehatchrecords.com. Support.
I'm going to try not to curse it or jinx it. But
knock on wood.
The Smoke and Mirrors Sound System Undercover Planet LP should be in my hot little hands at Supernova.
Amazing.
Oh, great.
Amazing. Okay. Which will be another fall release for Escape Hatch Records. So
there'll be 6 fall Escape Hatch Records releases.
Holy cow.
Wow. So yeah, also, Brandon already mentioned it, a great way if you want to help Brandon or any one of us go on tour or play shows or do this at a higher level, at less personal cost to us, join our Patreon, patreon.com/blackmarketdub. You can join for as little as $1 a month if you want. We don't care. Throw us your change.
You could give Brandon $1,000 right now, and you'll make.
You could also do that.
You'll make it.
You could also be like Chris Blackwell's mom and give me $50,000 every year. Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, true.
I'm amenable to that.
Angel investors needed.
Yeah.
Yes. So patreon.com/blackmarketdub if you want to join our angel investor tier. It starts at $50,000. With that, John, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you for being here
such
on
a delight.
Your birthday.
On your birthday,
and
which
happy birthday.
And I apologize to Andrea right now. I've got to get home.
All right, Brandon, why don't you leave us with some toots.
Hey, Toots.
Hey, Toots. That's right, everybody. Thank you for listening. We love you. And remember, for today is a happy day, and tonight can be a clever night. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.